Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Just wanted to record the video again. The same thematic. Daniel was silent, but then he had an interview with independent journalist Dina Belinkaya. They found very well somehow the common language, and everything was explained. But just at least one more question, yeah, if I may ask. Yeah, I would like to ask because I already did actually ask this question, but it was ignored by everyone. Chess.com, it was ignored. It was ignored by Naroditsky. But this question you will see now. I will explain you very clearly why this question must be answered, and I'm not asking it anymore. I'm demanding it, the answer, and you will understand why, because this is very serious. And if again I will not get any answer, but continuous insults and defamation, there will be no other choice than to get to legal procedures. Yeah. So because or maybe somebody, one of you will write in comments, explain me how is it possible, because I cannot understand. I mean, maybe there is a way that it can happen, but I don't see it. And if not, then the consequences are very serious. So let me explain you. One of the major things, the point is not even switching on the engine during a game by, in a winning position, whatever. That's another story. There are some questions still, but it's another story. Let's now see what is happening, because when Danya is finishing, he is playing here. Okay, he is already analyzing the game. So let's see first when he still plays. I think here he is still playing.
Offensive bastions on the king side. Yeah. Here we have an excellent way to do
winning, whatever. Soon he will be looking at the engine, but okay, that's not the point. The point is, you see, this is the board. This is probably Chess.com. I mean, here is the clock is running. Yeah, this is UBS. Yeah, so showing camera and so on. So that is quite typical setup of chess.com. So he is playing, then at some point he is finishing the game and he starts to analyze it. He starts, somewhere here. Let's come to this. I don't know. Yeah. So he starts to analyze now the game. Sorry. I don't want to...
Hey, my English not so good.
Do you mean my English isn't very good?
Yes, I'm sorry.
How often do you practice?
To play the move
I don't
e4.
practice much, only when I record the videos, and it's not enough, definitely. So, okay, so now Danya is showing it to the public. It's stream, educational and so on. So, let's see what is happening. So the board is a bit of other color. That is normal, because when you in chess.com, when you start to analyze a game after you finished it, any move you make, it starts to be like a bit lighter. I will show you now how it works on my chess.com account. So that's exactly the chess.com. So you can see that he is, let's see a little bit. I will explain. Now he is analyzing. So his one monitor is obviously there. This is the monitor he is playing from. And there is another monitor on his right, where there is a chat and whatever else is there. Yeah, UBS, anything else, we don't know. So, there are two monitors, and very clear, they're pretty far from each other, so you can see where he glances. This is obviously he's glancing on the left, on this monitor, and he's making the move, so it's very clear he is moving pieces on this monitor. I'm trying to explain, just be patient very carefully that you understand my point. So he is moving pieces here. Let's see. So he takes it. So he takes the mouse. You can even see the mouse, and moves the pawn. So he's moving there. And then anytime, because he can see the engine obviously now in between of the games, anytime he wants to check the engine, he's looking on the other monitor. That is also very obvious, yeah? This is a completely different direction. So let's see now a bit.
Looks like absolute madness. And why are we giving up the
So again, he's making move here, looking there. It's very obvious.
Why are we voluntarily opening up the center? Watch this. Bishop g4 as a follow-up. Now, obviously, if white blocks with a knight, then we just play d and we win a piece. But this also looks very foolish because we're walking right into f3. And you might be like, oh, well, is...
So it's very clear. You can see this video after, you will see very clear. So anytime, and he's even telling that, oh, let's see what engine is saying. Ah, yeah, now this moves. So it's very clear. His engine is now on the other monitor. Here there probably is no engine, because why then he always looks on the other side? Why wouldn't he just make moves and tell the engine moves if it would be running just on the same monitor? That's quite obvious, yeah. And it's
the idea to deliver a check. Well, what does this check do? It doesn't do anything. Looks like black has just dug himself into a major hole. But try to find the move that makes everything work. It's an engine move, but it's actually a lovely idea. It's a positional idea.
So he said it's very clear. He's looking at the other monitor. He looks at the engine, and then he, turns his head and he makes a move on this monitor where supposedly there is no engine, yeah, because it doesn't make any sense then always to look at the other monitor.
Provoking the weakness of the g3 square. But instead of occupying it with the bishop, what do you do? When you view it in that context, the move starts to make sense. Not knight takes e4.
Knight h5.
But actually knight to h5, yeah.
Okay, but
knight
you
to
can
h5,
see
just
that he makes a move,
sinking our teeth into this square.
Again, looking
and amazingly, white has no good way to stop the fork.
So everything is very clear. Yeah, you understand the setup. I even made it. Here. I actually draw it a bit. This is So he is sitting here. On the left, there is monitor he is playing from. Monitor 1, monitor 2, chat, and anything else, music, whatever, is on this monitor. You can also see it in the reflection of his glass there. So, so he is playing there. So then try to find an explanation. I couldn't manage. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you will find a way. But I don't understand how is it possible that after he finishes the game, here, he's moving pieces. He clearly doesn't have the engine here, but you can also very clearly see that he's only moving his pieces, making moves on this monitor. You can see it. How come? He turns his head, and on the second monitor, moves are reduced, so he sees the evaluation of the engine here. Already. With all the moves he installs there. If there is no engine here, and there is no, how is it possible that he has this position, again, with all these moves here, and engine running? That is the big question. That's a question I cannot find an answer. Because, maybe you can explain me. If he would be entering moves here, at least I would understand, that he can have an engine outside. But he's only entering it here and turning his head, and the moves already are here with engine following the moves he is entering. I'm sorry, I don't see any other option. Maybe I'm wrong again, tell me, but I don't see any other option that this computer is constantly connected to this. This board is constantly connected to some program or whatever on this computer. And there is an option of engine running, kind of these moves, whatever moves he makes are transmitted here. And the engine is running automatically, like analyzing the position. I hope you understood what I mean, but how else? If there is any other variation, how it can be possible? Please let me know. Maybe I'm mistaken, but if not, it only means that whatever he's playing games or analyzing games, constantly, any move he's making on this monitor is probably available on this monitor directly with engine running. I hope that is not the only possible variation, so please let me know, but very clear. I asked Danya, by the way, through intermediate person. I didn't get any answer. I mean, any like logical or like I think any even answer. I mean, how is it possible? How is it possible? I mean, just explain me, please. And yeah, I didn't get explanation. And if, as I say, I don't see a variation, how is it possible? I mean, then it is a very, very serious issue, very serious. And I'm going to record, I mean, after I'm recording, I'm going to publish today this video, and I'm going to send it to chess.com as well. If Danya doesn't want to answer, nobody wants to answer, okay, I'm going to, and then to ask the explanation. I mean, maybe they're able to explain it logically, okay? Maybe then, but I want an answer, you know, it's not, I'm reasonable, it's very serious issue. You can clearly, I guess, understand what I'm telling, and okay, we need an answer, because if this is really true, that all the moves, whatever moment he's making on this monitor, are automatically here with the engine running, well, I guess it should have very serious consequences, yeah? So I will send this video with to chess.com, and well, I mean, if they again don't answer it, well, it will, to me, it will mean just one thing. I mean, in my personal way of seeing it, that they're simply deliberately covering this story. And if this is the case, well, this will have very, very serious legal consequences. That's what I can promise, because again, if there is a way and I'm missing something, let me know, or Chess.com can let me know, Danya can let me know, any one of you can explain me how can it be possible. I mean, and okay, then I take back. I don't say he's doing it. I'm just saying that I don't see any other way. So if you show me any other legit way, logical way that it had happened, no problem. This question is out. Yeah, but you cannot just keep silence about it. This is too serious. So yeah, and at the end of the video, I just want to show you the board. Yeah, prepare. This is just that you understand how it looks like. Okay, this is the board, one of the games of Danya. So that is how it more or less, you know, setup can be a little different if you want. But I mean, on each computer, maybe the names can be there. Doesn't matter. There are 2, 3, but in general, you see, yeah. So this is the board. So let's say you start to analyze. This is a beautiful game. He won a long game against strong grandmaster with 99 precision in blitz. But okay, doesn't matter, happens of course. Yeah, so here you can analyze the game. Let's say you start analyzing it. You can, you see the board change the color a little. Now I will do some move. Let's say I try this. Yeah, now board is changing the color, so it seems like he's doing exactly this when he, you know, you can make some moves, whatever. Yeah, you're making moves, and you can have engine running. By the way, because it's already after the game, yeah? So engine is here, but then you would not look all the time somewhere else if you have your engine here, yeah? Doesn't make any sense. So, and probably people would see it, yeah? Because they see this monitor. So there is probably no engine here. I suppose this is the way how it, you know, how it works, yeah? And then, yeah, so you can make moves and so on, come back to the game. That is the way it probably works. But please then just like somehow explain me, yeah, how come these moves which he enters, like 95, okay, bishop d7, how come, where is he having the engine? I mean, how come the moves he enters there are on the other monitor and the engine is running already? So that is my question. Sorry, it was maybe a bit too long explanation, but I wanted that everyone would understand what I mean. And this is, yeah, I think we all need an answer, a very, very clear answer, and it's a very, very important question. And you cannot keep silence about it. So that's what I think. Thank you for your attention.